Hello everyone and welcome back. So, we are going to be shiny hunting timber today. Got a timber outbreak. So what we're going to do is we're going to go work on that timber outbreak. I have not actually attacked anything in it yet. So we're going to just chip the thing down. Oh, nice Jangmo, okay. There's some decent stuff to hunt here. Like, honestly, with the heavily reduced number of Pokemon that are just in this, the teal mask, it's significantly better to shiny hunt things. There we go. Okay, there's the timber outbreak. I have not knocked out any of them. Let's get counting your knockouts. Hello there, Mudkip. Yes, Mudkip, later we will be resuming Fish Run. I still have my full, King gauge. One. Hello there, Midnight. How are you doing? It is our friend Infinite Midnight. How are you doing? How is it being that your husband finally managed to get back to winning in the EBL? Hello there, Mudkip. Andrew, hey guy, welcome in here. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more. I'm doing well because I was, says person that lost week 1. He spent all that time talking up that amazing Aegis / plan he had, and then it just did not work. Among Us, I was hoping that Scolipede would be some sort of area in the DLC. I think Scolipede's in the second part of the DLC. Like, it's in, the Indigo Disc. Because I think it was shown in, like, the trailer for the Indigo Disc. Indigo Disc goes back to... Really? I thought it was in the Indigo Disc. Well, then again, you gotta remember, leaks are not always accurate. But I'm pretty sure Scolipede was, like, shown in one of the things. I am no longer a fan of Seismitoad. What did Seismitoad do, James? Yeah, leaks are not always accurate. That's one of the reasons why whenever leaks come out, I always take them with a healthy grain of salt. I take leaks with 1 metric Carthage of salt. Swift Swim, Wave Crash. Interesting. That is certainly a play. Honestly, I don't really think that it's going to be that strong, because we already have, there's already Swift Swim users that have Wave Crash access. You know, we already have the Basket Legion family, we've already got, what's its face, Weasel. There are other Wave Crash Swift Swim users. The main issue with Wave Crash is that it does such heavy recoil damage. There's 30 knockouts so far. He has 1 in the remap. Oh, Radical Red. Okay. I was like, in this game? Because that makes sense, but also you gotta remember, that's Radical Red, a game that legitimately is designed to be as absolutely jerkish as possible. But again, guys, if you haven't done so already, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. There are 17 of you absolute Giga Chads here in chat. You gotta get that like counter up to, there are only 10 likes right now. Can we get it up to, at the very least, 13? You know what, we bring him back the light goal thing. Matter, you gonna let Mudkip Dynamo? Yeah, right, he just got here. No, Rosie. Because it's not fun if Mudkip does it immediately. There needs to be a little bit of establishing banter. Yes, Snow Ninetales is very good. The main reason is, with Snow now, it shores up the one bad defensive stat of... The one bad defensive stat of the, Alola Ninetales family is that their physical defense is kind of meh. But now with Snow giving a 50% boost to their physical defense, it actually makes them very, very physically tanky. So now they can actually do a lot of stuff really well. I've not found the Ursaluna yet, Ahsoka, but the thing is, I know about the Ursaluna. I know what the Ursaluna side quest is. I know it exists. I have not found it yet, but that is probably something, because I am going to be soft resetting for it, I will likely be handling that off-screen. But yeah, I'm aware of the Ursaluna side quest. I have a 000. Hello there, Quizzer. How are you doing? With Sash, met it before you say I'm being bannable. Thanks, I might give you. Yeah, I know. You may, Rosie. I did tell Mudkip not to banhammer you instantly. This is the one time I will grant you that, Rosie. Can't shiny hunt for only for. Yes. I'm specifically resetting for IVs. I want a 0 physical attack and a 0 speed for it. Well, 0 or 1. At level 50, 0 IV and 1 IV is functionally identical. At level 50, they both code for a 0 on the stat. Man, did you do the full down go? It's the new form of full down. That's a good joke. It's a good joke, Blorb. Remember, I was the one that made that joke. Yeah. I'm honestly really hoping that this is the Mewtwo raid, like the last level 7 of that degree it is. Go attack. Need to set in the list of all the mods. Honestly, Mudkip, I legitimately forgot about that. I forgot about the list. So anyone with the entire Apple family got so anyone thinking with the entire Apple they may get... I don't think they're gonna get evolutions. It is a bug. The reason how you can tell it's a bug, Ahsoka, is that when Ursaluna was in the Pokedex, when Ursaluna was in the game, but it was not within the Pokedex, the Ursa Ring family did not, well, Ursa Ring did not get to use the Eviolite. The Pokemon, in order for Eviolite to be active, the Pokemon's evolution must be within the available Pokedex, as in, there must be a Pokedex entry for that Pokemon. So, it is a bug. Unless, like, they are adding in evolutions later, which I don't... I mean, they might add in evolutions for them, but likely it is a bug at present. Because Ursa Ring could not use the Eviolite before Ursaluna was added into the Dex. Alright, let's see. So, fighting, Sandwich, Shiny, Sparkle, Power. Alright. Let's go for Shiny Sandwiches. Get what the fighting ingredient is. There we go. Fighting ingredient is pickles. Okay. So we need 3 timber. Timberton. Like, all we have Pringles for water ghost types. Is there no other water ghost type? Huh, I guess there is no other water ghost type. Interesting. Oh wait, we're out of... I need to go get some green peppers. There is Frill. Well, that's what Pringle face is. That Mr. and Mrs. Pringle is Frillish and Jellicent. Also, it seemed that they have increased the number of outbreaks that are actually within the games, because I've noticed on the Paldea Overworld map, I have like 8 outbreaks now before you get like 6 of them. I wish Lumineon got an evolution in Scarlet Violet. Well, the thing is, Alex, that wouldn't make Lumineon good. Remember, Alex, we've seen this from a bunch of other Pokemon that have gotten Ascended evolutions. Giving Pokemon Ascended Evolutions doesn't make them good. Yes, Basculegion is Ghost Water. I knew there was another one. I would like to buy red peppers. I'll do those. Lumineon doesn't evolve. It's Finneon that evolves into Lumineon. Eviolite Dusclops. Okay. The thing is, Eviolite Dusclops is a specific anomaly. Alex, that is the exception to the rule. The vast majority, as in probably all but maybe 3 Pokemon that got Ascended Evolutions, the Ascended Evolution does not help the base form. Those 3 exceptions are Eviolite Dusclops, to a degree Eviolite Scyther, which Eviolite Scyther works for different reasons. And I remember there's one other one, Chansey. And the main reason for the Chansey one is specifically because the Eviolite actually gives Chansey a much higher physical defense stat, which the physical defense is the one weak stat of the Chansey family. But in general, also Porygon 2, but Porygon 2 is like really only good in doubles. But in general, the Eviolite does not help the vast majority of Pokemon that got Ascended Evolutions. You know, tell that to Eviolite Piloswine. Tell that to Eviolite Togetic. Tell that to... Let's see, so Eviolite Magmar, which only worked specifically in that one VGC thing because of Follow Me, which is now banned. Hello, Lionheart Blaze. How you doing? What about Violet Iron Hands? That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. No one uses a Violet Sneasel. They did it on Sparse. Got banned. It was never legal in Little Cup to begin with. Anything that never had an evolution to begin with is banned from Little Cup. Like, anything that is a single stage Pokemon is banned immediately from Little Cup. If Violite... Exactly, Lionheart. There's no such thing as a Violite Sneasel. Onyx is legal in Little Cup. Really? I guess maybe it was because back when Little Cup was made, Steelix existed? That's still weird. That's weird. Welcome back, Midnight. Game Freak in a nutshell. Sorry, Ursaluna, you cannot evolve. You can't use a Violet, but Dipland... I think that with Ursaluna... Is Ursaluna in the Teal Mask DLC Pokedex? Because if Ursaluna is in the deal... I almost said the Deal Mask. If Ursaluna is within the Teal Mask Pokedex, then Ursaring should be able to use the Eviolite because its evolution is now within the game. Unless it... I mean, no, it can't be the evolution method because... Yeah. Yeah, so that means the Violite should be able to work on Ursaring. Yes, the Eviolite should be able to work on it. Hello there, Chloe. How are you doing? Welcome in. Would Weakness Policy Electros work? No, it would not work, that dude. Weakness Policy Electros would very much not work. I'd recommend checking the deck. Deal or no deal mask, exactly. But what about hacked? Get a random level 100. Yeah, that's probably hacked. I would recommend trading that. I would recommend releasing that immediately, Fatal, because that is hacked. That's one of the reasons I don't do Wonder Trades. Oh, nice! We hit our light goal. Yeah, that's the reason I don't do anything on the GTS, because it's so much hacking, and I do not want hacked Pokemon within my game. Alright, new like goal. 25 likes. Can we get 25 likes? And kind of power fighting. There we go. Let's get working on Punchy Hands McGee. Otherwise known as Timber. Let's get going. So I do know what Shiny Timber looks like. So this shouldn't be too terribly hard for us to spot. Which is good, because it seems that Timber is the only fighting type that spawns around here. Shout out to the Timber from our Black and White 2 Let's Play series. The absolute legend that helped carry us through so many amazing battles. You know what? Just to give an extra specially special shout out to the Timber, I'm gonna go grab the Black and White 2 Let's Play playlist and just drop that right in the chat. Because I would highly recommend you guys checking out that series. It was a fantastic series. Would highly recommend it. One of our best series we did. Well, they added texting on single starters. It looks so good. Because that was okay. Also, fact about Misty rematches others for they gave her a point to Ferrothorn. Nice. I mean, it makes sense they would give her a Ferrothorn. They gotta give them some way of being able to deal with counters. Like, that really... It punishes both grass types, and it punishes... It punishes Storm Drain Water Absorb users, and it punishes grass and electric types. It's actually a very smart play. Remember, here, we're gonna get a Unova game soon. I don't think... We're not getting a Unova game soon. Like, a Unova game is at bare minimum... a year and a half away. A bare minimum of a year and a half out is the soonest a Unova remake is coming. And that is very unlikely. Because pretty much what I think they're doing is they're probably waiting for the next Nintendo system to come out, then they're going to release what Unova remakes are, if they're coming at all. Physical attack, IV, that's probably what I'm going to be doing. My friends were in Union Circles, but at Cocoa Path, they found a bread dog. Use Belly Drum Terra into Iron Hands and use Drain Punch. Yikes. That's why whenever you find a shiny, you always save. Never forget Memento... Wait. Bread Dog gets Belly Drum? Since when did Bread Dog get Belly Drum? Fascinating. Most intriguing. Anyway, save when you make progress in your game. I always save. I compulsively save my games. Because I've actually not saved in previous games and lost a lot. Like, that's the reason why Legends... Like, I lost so much progress in Legends Abacus, like 10 hours, because my game freaking crashed. And that was 10 hours of Pokedex progress. Was not a fan. Was not a fan of that. But yeah, Ahsoka, we're not likely to be getting Black and White or even just Unova remakes in general for a very long time. Really down to... There's a very predictable release cycle that the Pokemon games follow. Can't find the last gate unlocker. Where are you? Is this in Area 0? I mean, the game company that was Nintendo behind closed doors. Okay. Yeah, but here's the thing. They can make up whatever they want for that. Remember, Ahsoka. Never forget, Mega's coming back in Sword and Shield's DLC. Never happened. Mega's coming back in BDSP. Never happened. Mega's coming back in Legends. Never happened. Kalos DLC in Scarlet Violet. Never happened. People can make stuff up. People make stuff up a lot. It's at the last gate's at the bottom. So, you need to go into the Crystal Cavern for the final gate. No, Cactus, we've had this mic for a very long time. Wait, is that shiny? That looks different. No, it's not. Okay. No, this is the same mic we've actually had for about a year at this point. Maybe because I messed around with some of the audio settings a while ago. It could be that, but they've been messed with that way for a while, so I don't think it would have been that. But no, it's I didn't mess around with the mic. Yamper is indeed a very good boy. Yamper is a very good boy. But yeah, it's very unlikely that we're going to be getting Black and White remakes for a while. You know, again, as soon as possible for Black and White remakes is going to be a year and a half out. And that's assuming, like, they don't spend more time working on them, because after the fiasco that was BDSP, and with how much people, like, are really, like, looking forward to Black and White remakes, they've got to realize, like, we cannot screw this up. We can't have iCal handle these games, potentially botch them. We need to have, like, the A-team working on this. Because the whole reason BDSP happened the way it did was specifically because they were making Legends. With Legends no longer being made and them not working and, you know, dividing the actual brain load between multiple different games, they can focus the A-team on BDSP. Plus, also very likely it was that they were using BDSP to basically train a B-team of Pokemon game devs. Hello there, Crimson. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I mean, I could see Legends game. I don't think that they're going to do another Legends game. The main issue with another Legends-style game is the appeal of Legends simply comes from it being different. If you were to release several different games that are basically like Legends, then the appeal of Legends would go away, and the flaws of it would become much more apparent to people. Because when you really look at the game, it is just fill the Pokedex. It is. I've actually done most of the math, and even if in comparing Sword and Shield's decks and Scarlet Violet's decks filling to Legends, filling the decks in Legends is actually significantly longer than filling the decks in Sword and Shield or Scarlet Violet, with optimal decks filling of Legends and unoptimal decks filling of Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet. Because you need 400 Pokemon individually to fill out the Scarlet Violet and Sword and Shield decks, either or. And at minimum, you need to catch over 600 Pokemon in Legends. Minimum. That is, you know, catching one Pokemon and evolving it up. That's not accounting for, okay, catching one Pokemon and then you need to catch, you know, multiples of them. That is accounting for the multiples for the dex entries. Yeah, because remember, you need... Getting to level 10 in the Legends decks is the equivalent of this game just catching one Pokemon of it. If we do get any other Unova games, what would the title be? Black and White? They'd just be Black and White remakes. They wouldn't be a Black and White 3. It would just be title Black and White. So like you have this Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. It would basically just be that. Oh, there's Okie Dokie. Oh, I guess that they're all back where you first encountered them. Interesting. It likely would not be a Black and White 3. Because every time that they've done a remake, it's been a remake. You know, it's not been a sequel. Like, the closest was Let's Go, but even then, Let's Go is a remake of Yellow. You know, BDSP was a remake of Diamond and Pearl. Fire Red Leaf Green was a remake of, well, Red and Green. Well, yes, Red and Green. Because Blue was the international version that it was released. Black and White 4.7. It was up to you. I would just go Black and White remakes. I've completed the base game Pokedex, not the DLC Pokedex yet, Yodokai. Because my favorite thing about Black and White was that there were no old Pokemon. The way that I always play Pokemon games is I exclusively will use Pokemon that were newly added in that game. Unless the final evolution of of a certain family was added in that game of a Pokemon that existed prior, so like using Togekiss in Sinnoh, because Togekiss is the final stage, but the Togetic family existed prior. So Unova, the way Unova did things where there's only new Pokemon, that's the way that I've actually always played Pokemon, which I love. Hello there, Random, how are you doing? Remember, Fire Red, Leaf Green is also blue, all of them have a thing. Yeah, that's why I think that when they remake Black and White, it's going to be like Title Black, Title White. You know, it's not just going to be like Black and White 3. Because the thing is why I don't think they're going to go for a Black and White 3 version is that Black and White specifically set up Black and White 2 to be a sequel. You know, Black and White's story was explicitly written with the idea that a second game would come in and, you know, be its own self-contained story, but wrap up the story. And when Black and White 1 and then Black and White 2 sold horribly, they completely scrapped that idea. I have not finished the Kitakami Pokedex yet. I am, I believe, 20 Pokemon away from finishing the Kitakami Dex. Well, message is not included in the map message. You've just been dropping messages a lot. I mean, I sold horribly because... Exactly. There was a number of reasons that Black and White sold poorly, but you gotta remember, Ahsoka, the way that Game Freak and Nintendo sees it, they don't see the association of, oh, this game came out and these were these auxiliary reasons why the game didn't sell well. They just see, game sold bad. We will not repeat what that game did. That is the way that they see things. They see one-to-one, this is what happened, this is what the result was. Nothing more, nothing less, and that is the most unfortunate thing. But, likely in the intervening years, they have learned, okay, this is why Black and White sold poorly. People actually love this game, which is why I think that they're waiting for the the Switch's successor console to be released, for them to then bring in the Black and White remakes to avoid what happened. Because if you actually look at the way Pokemon presented itself following Generation 5, they basically scrubbed Gen 5 from everything. That there was next to no media that showed any Gen 5 Pokemon for several years after, like, Black and White concluded. From the release of Kalos to a pretty solid way through Alola, you basically did not see anything from Unova. They actively did everything they could to just scrub Unova from existence. Because they overreacted. Back to Legend. Okay. I missed the Scarlet exclusives, and my logic with my brother, who played Scarlet, is going to stream tomorrow. If the Wii had a different name and better marketing... Yep, exactly, Mudkip. Exactly. Why did they let Ash work at Game Freak? I don't know what you mean. You need to explain. As they have had... Yes. They've begun to realize they majorly screwed up, which is why I'm hopeful when they do Black and White remakes. Those games are gonna sell fantastically. Like, the fact that despite Game Freak and Pokemon Company actively suppressing Unova's, like, entire existence for several years, the fact that those games are still as popular as they are shows how, like, strong those games were. They didn't try to remove Gen 5 from existence. They basically removed Gen 5 Pokemon from being featured. It was like, okay, we're gonna not show Gen 5 stuff. It's different than trying to scrub it out of existence. Yeah, again, Gen 5 is still incredibly popular, but you gotta remember the corporate side of things. They saw Gen 5 did not do well. They saw Gen 5 as like a flop, so they will not associate stuff with Gen 5. It's only until later when they started to see, wait, people actually really like Gen 5, we made a big screw up, that they really started to kind of roll that back. And started putting Gen 5 stuff back again. No, Gen 8 was the best-selling game. Yeah, Gen 8 is the best-selling Pokemon game there's ever been. Ahsoka. Gen 8 did not flop. Gen 8 was the most successful it has been. Yes, we are shiny hunting Timber. Yeah, Gen 8 did extremely well. They did not. They sold the best. Flopping is when the games do not sell well. Sword and Shield sold the best. Turns out the general public... Thank you, Alex. Exactly. Yeah. Most people really don't care about the national decks. That's kind of the most fascinating thing about Pokemon, is that the vast majority of players really only care about a narrow, like, group of Pokemon. Because, like, let's be real, the vast majority of Pokemon kind of exist just to fill a dex. There's maybe, like, 20 big-ticket Pokemon that are what people generally go for. They mutated my brother today, took a long... Nice, eventually managed to beat it. Fun. Yeah, I finally got the mightiest mark on my shiny Mew. So, I am right there with you. Gen 9 was also being made when Generation 7 was. Well, every Pokemon game is being developed 4 years in advance. They're already developing Generation 11 right now. We're up to you. What would you want to make a new Pokemon version? Which country would it be? Italy. It would be Italy, and most of I'm Italian. I've been to Italy. But, yes, Italy would be the one that I would, like, be most hopeful from. But I'm always happy to see what regions they base stuff on. Yeah, they're always many years in. Like, that's the reason why, when people say, like, they're rushing these games, I kind of laugh, as, like, these games are in development for 4 years at minimum. Like, Gen 6 was in development for 3.5 years, at minimum. You know, these games are not rushed. These games are in development for a very long time. The goose that is filled with pure rage, and it was in development for 8 years. No. Speaking of, finally finished all my prep and transferred the OLED this morning. Currently playing Violet with the old Switch to get to the point where I can get back up to the Mewtwo Raid event. They were not given a full team or the full amount of time. It's more of a thing of the hardware, and it's more of a thing of, like, the console itself is not powerful enough to live up to the overinflated expectations of the population, is kind of more the issue that Pokemon games struggle with. Like, the biggest issue Pokemon faces is that because of, like, fan games and ROM hacks, it gives players, especially, like, the vocal portion of the community, this false perception of this is what the games should be, and that is ultimately what gives the games a bit of a negative perception by things. Because when you look at things like ROM hacks, the amount of people that play things like ROM hacks in fan games it's a very dedicated, very passionate group of players, but we're talking about something that is maybe within the hundreds of thousands. Low hundreds of thousands. Not 20 million like the mainline games are. It's like comparing a drop of water to the entire ocean. Hey, we're getting ready to welcome in Player Zero. How are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. What were you streaming over on your end? If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Welcome in Counter Adventure, and with that, we've actually smashed our like goal. Thank you very much, Player Zero, for that raid. But what were you doing over on your end, and how did it go? Like goal of 25 reached. Let's go up to 35. Replace bin messing. There we go. Please welcome in Counter Adventure. The 3DS games would push with limits by Generation 7, and the Switch was limits. Yes. Well, the thing is, it's more the Switch was pushed the limits because they don't have any loading zones. Like, if you had loading zones in this game, all the performance issues would basically be eliminated. Yeah, it worked with Generation 8 because there were loading zones, and the game didn't have, like, the battle UI running at all times. This game is basically running everything at all times, and it doesn't have loading zone transitions. When you don't have transition zones, that heavily slows down what the game is capable of doing. It's why the game runs best when it's in things like Area 0, because it's not loading in literally the entire overworld. Yeah, when you're in, like, the mainland of Paldea, it is rendering and just generating the entire region of Paldea. It's running some of the stuff that's not visible, like, at a lower level, but it's still rendering everything. So that's why you go to areas like Area 0 and Mezagoza, you get better performance, because, oh, you're inside of a loading zone, you can't access these areas, there's no reason for us to be generating, like, you know, Lag Lake. So it's like a compartmental. That's the reason why, despite Legends and Scarlet Violet actually using pretty much the same exact game engine, Legends didn't have as many performance issues, because Legends was broken down into compartmentalized smaller areas, allowing for loading zones. Which is why we stand loading zones here. Why is Mewtwo bathing in peanut butter? I have no clue. Okie dokie. Yeah, Okie dokie is just chilling. Okie dokie is vibing. You vibe. He's a vibe. And not out like most open world games do. Yeah, it's really more. The issues in performance of Scarlet Violet is really more down to the engine itself not being designed for an open world game. The engine was designed for Sword and Shield. They retooled and modified it as much as possible, but the analogy that I always use is it's like modifying a pickup truck to try and race a Formula 1 car. It's just not going to work because of very big fundamental issues in the design. You can swap around and modify the internals as much as you can, but you're never going to get past that fundamental issue of it was never designed for these things, and you're pushing it past what it was designed for. It can give it its best work, but it will ultimately not be able to deliver what you need it to. In other words, they pulled a Bethesda by not updating the game engine. Well, the thing is, updating the game engine would basically mean they would need to rebuild the game from square one. Like, it would be, they would have to start the game engine development process all over again. And very likely, with the next Nintendo console coming out within the next few years, you know, I'm probably thinking within, like, maybe the next year or so, we're gonna get the next Nintendo system. they'd have to start rebuilding a new game engine anyway. So it's like, build a new game engine just for Scarlet Violet, then after Scarlet Violet releases and the next Nintendo system comes out, immediately get back to work building an entirely another new game engine, hemorrhaging money. You know, it's that's something that a business would not do. You know, again, it would literally be like taking a bag of millions of dollars, laying it all on a table, dousing it in gasoline, and just lighting it on fire. It would be a horrible business decision. Because they consider, what is the cost of not building a new game engine? And they basically look at it like this. What will lose them less money? Going in with a game engine that is not suited to the task, or like going with a game engine that is not fully up to the task? How many people will not buy the game for that reason? Or how many people will buy the game for it having a new engine that runs flawlessly, but then weighing the cost of what that game engine would develop cost? And, you know, they kind of allow it the national decks. The amount of people who would buy the game exclusively because of a better running is not nearly that high. You know, it's kind of the most fascinating part of the entire thing is that most people will not really be affected by that. It's pretty much the same reason why they don't add in, like, secondary regions to most games. To any of the games, actually. Because not enough people will buy them exclusively because of that one feature to justify the extra expenses. So no, you spoiled the whole story. I put the full out of the Mighty. Really? What happened? How did the Mighty take itself out? Did it use takedown? The TEAL mask. The TEAL mask is important to the story. Hopefully they'll change their engine. Yeah, that's exactly what my thinking is, Player Zero. That when the next console comes out, they will start developing the engine for that. Because they will have learned from this game and the other game engines, okay, we gotta fix it, here's how to fix it. Rather than, you know, literally hemorrhaging the money, you know, right up front and then get back to work developing it from the get-go. It's one of the reasons why when people say, why don't they just have the people who build, like, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom come in? The development for, say, Scarlet Violet Sword and Shield and Legends for that open world, and the development for something like, say, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom's open world are entirely different. You know, it would not work in a one-to-one. Hello there, Ranger. How are you doing? We're going to need to get to Shiny Hunting Applin eventually. But I'll probably do that when we get an Applin outbreak. Because that is a painful shiny hunt. Exactly. Is that it's the development process of the game, like, yo, like, yeah, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom as open world games are fantastic. But the needs of what those games take for their style of open world and what the needs of an open world Pokemon game open world would need are entirely different. Which is the main sort of roadblock on like the people who worked on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you know, coming in and basically doing everything for building and optimizing the world. They could help with, like, optimization things, like, you know, maybe more efficiently loading things in, but they would never be able to basically just come in and, oh, here, the game runs now the same way it does. They would never be able to do that. That's just simply not how the development would work. Night Dipplin is dipped in peanut butter. I thought it was caramel is what it's supposed to be. I assumed it was caramel. I'm gonna need to get some more water. Okay, Ranger. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do some Masuda shiny hunting off screen because I still need to finish hatching the rest of my starter eggs. so Diplin's actually shiny. The worm. Really? The worm is also shiny. Highly fascinating. Yeah, I thought it's supposed to be caramel is what it looked like, because it's very caramel looking. Oh, its tail changes. Interesting. Yeah, I had a look at what Diplin's stat line is. Yeah, had a feeling that was what its stat line was going to look like. Not especially high stats like other than defense. Alright, so I'm going to go get some more water. I'll be back in a sec. But no, it is caramel. Because also the peanut butter doesn't drip that way. Peanut butter doesn't run. Or at least peanut butter shouldn't run unless it's like really heated up. Because if peanut butter is running like that, then something's wrong with that peanut butter. We've not gotten any shinies today, David. We have not got any shinies today, but we are working on an outbreak of timber. That's why it's caramel. Because, like, the caramel is, like, that yellowy color and it runs. It's a caramel apple. Because it's also specifically based on the... Because Diplin proper is a candy apple. The shiny is a caramel apple. Which is a similar but very different thing. There's light bulb. No, the light bulb does not work on Raichu. The light bulb only works on Pikachu. Because the light bulb specifically exists because it lets Raichu, lets Pikachu be stronger than Raichu offensively. What was like that brownish color? Like that brownish yellow? Jesus, Spinarak outbreak of the Kitty County Wells. This is laggy. Isn't it raining in the game to cause the lag? At least it's better than Lag Tree Thicket, Mudcap. Like, there might be some lag in the Timeless Wilds, but it's better than lag in Lag Tree Forest. Lag Tree Thicket. Sorry, Lag Tree Thicket. Which will... I mean, no, Lake Castleroy is my least favorite place to hunt in this game. Also kind of person, like peanut butter apple. I mean, I prefer peanut butter on my apples. I'm not a big caramel person. I don't dislike caramel. I just prefer peanut butter on stuff. I prefer ice cream in a bowl. Also, that's true. Whenever there's a Gyarados. Whenever there's a... Really? Can't you just go and knock the Gyarados out? Is it the Terra Gyarados? Because I feel like if you go and just knock out the thing, it would just stop being the problem. Because, like, if that's like a daily static spawn, knocking it out should fix the problem. I would think. Should fix it anyway. Well, let's go back to Timber. Did they, like, nerf Sparkle Power sandwiches? Because by this point, we normally would have found a shiny. But we have not found a shiny Timber yet. Random? What did we say about the caps? Chill. But no, it is caramel. It is a caramel apple. Because people also don't eat Diplin. Like, it's based on the caramel apple, because you dip apples into caramel, and it is the same way. I believe the candy apple is like a European thing, and like the candy apple is a European thing, and then the caramel apple is like an American thing. Nope, not a shiny. Although random, I do not like being a hard ass about like the no caps rule, but seriously, chill. Can I find a single slug marble for shiny today? Interesting. Well, let's get back to our shiny timber hunt. We need our shiny. Where is the timber? That thing you can get in Europe. Why does that not surprise me? Well, then again, we also don't know where Kitakami is. Like, you do need to specifically take an airplane in order to get here. So this is very much far away from Paldea, which is far away from Pokemon Europe. Like, we don't actually know where in the world this is. Well, yeah, but also, the Isle of Armor had very Japanese-inspired stuff as well. As well as in one of the islands in Alola also was, like, similarly like that. You know, with like, the Johto-inspired everything. So, I was like, it doesn't mean one-to-one. Yeah, it's meant to be, like, emulate Hisui. But also, like, Hisui does not exist. Hisui proper no longer is, like, a thing that actually exists. It's just probably a callback to the art assets. And you can't be frozen in normal. That is correct. It's not even prehistoric Sinnoh Ahsoka. It's Sinnoh from 150 years ago. Like, Legends takes place in, like, 1850s. It's not that long ago. It's nowhere near prehistoric. Like, yeah, prehistoric is not 150 years ago. Prehistoric is, like, hundreds of thousands of years ago. That is a very, very different word than what you are using it for. I mean, in terms of history. I mean, there's still documentation of Hisui. But there's documentation of Sinnoh from well before it, which means it is not prehistory. And prehistory is before any documentation existed. Like, we had documents from earlier than the 1850s. Yes, but again, it's the time period. Prehistoric is a timeline thing. It's not, oh, this area is prehistoric because there wasn't many documentations from it. It means a specific time point. About to fight Turo. Nice. That was a very fun fight against AI Turo. That was a very, very fun fight. I am glad that they don't have more fights like that. Wait! Is that the shiny? Yes! Shiny Timber! Let's go! I don't think you have any sort of self-inflicted KO moves. If you guys haven't done so, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for the Shiny Timber. Leave a like for Shiny Timber. I don't think you have any self-KO moves, so 68. So, Focus Punch, yeah. You do not have any self-inflicting KO moves, but I am not going to risk it anyway. Got it. I mean, again, history was recorded. Again, pre-history is before history, as in any history was recorded anywhere. Not history of a specific location. That's what prehistory means. Like, prehistory also implies that there was human habitation on that location, which, based on Hisui, there really wasn't much there. Because then it went extinct. Which means history. Can't we fly a day only? I have no clue, but if it is, that sucks. I really, really hate the day and night exclusive spawn system. I'm gonna need to work out something to get around that. As in, okay, when it's daytime, I'm gonna hunt this thing. When it's nighttime, I'm gonna hunt this thing. I don't like the day-night exclusive spawns. I'm not a fan of that. Very much not a fan. You can gen 2 for that. Winokata had a few tribes in there. Well, yes, but even then, there's still history from that. It's like, there's still documentation of it, so that is after history existed. So, okay, it's not prehistory. Again, it's 150 years prior to time. That's not what prehistory means. You know, it's just old, is what the term for that is. And even then, it's not really that old. That's still, like, technically, like, relatively modern. I said hello, Ash! Jeez! Calm yourself, woman. You know demonstrably incorrect information is a trigger point. Just like you saying Gen 5 isn't good. Demonstrably incorrect information. Yeah, the like South was saying. I don't think it's actually somewhere on Sinnoh proper. Because, like, if it was Sinnoh proper, I feel like it would be much more heavily developed and such. Unless it's, like, a small island, just out in the middle of, like, the Sea of Japan, I think is where it is. Like, unless, like, it's just some island off in the middle of nowhere. Which likely is the case. Yeah, random. Because you spammed a lot of caps and we told you to chill with the caps. Becca is getting sold to Galar. Why would it be getting sold to Galar? Galar trying to reestablish the Galarian Empire of the sequel? Galar Empire number 2? Yeah, it was just a timeout. Random. I like Galar. That was South of Paldea, right? That would make sense. Well, the thing is, south of Paldea, that would be in Africa. I guess it would be more like, let's look at like locations where Japan is involved, like, historically around the world. Would probably be the best place to, like, figure out where it's based on. But also, here's one thing that you will now never be able to unsee. Because I figured this out, and now it's cursed knowledge that I must purvey onto all of you. So, the overworld map of this is basically just a scaled-down version of the same layout of Paldea. You got the mountain, with the crater in the middle. That's Area 0. This is the Great Crater of Paldea. Yeah. The geography of this is a mirror of of Paldea proper. Just like basically scaled down. the shrunken down version of Paldea. Without the water, yes. Yeah, overall, like, it's very much like the same style of thing where it's just you got the central, like, mountains, which really the mountain is the crater. And then you got the crystal thing in the middle, which is, again, terrestrialized stuff. Because even if it's like, oh yeah, it's like the same stuff as the terrestrialized stuff in Area 0. Which makes me wonder, is the next area also going to be a donut? Well, the indigo disc we know is going to be a circle. Kirikami is still in Gen 11, though. I think I know where it is. Really, what do you think Kirikami is based on? I'd be interested to know. I would be interested to figure out where it is. The historical location of Kirikami. So that would be fascinating. No shinies, unfortunately. What is your favorite region? My favorite region... Probably Unova. Probably Unova. I don't really have a favorite region per se, I will be fully honest. Like, I pretty much like all of the regions. There's really only like one I don't care for. Oh, where's that? Amori Prefecture. Where's that? Can you like just like a screenshot or something of it in Discord DMs? Never heard of it. Been trying to find about that. I struggle playing any game from like before the physical special split existed. It's very difficult for me. A large part of that is because back then moves were either like super good or garbage. There was no in between. Prefecture is directly south of Hokkaido. Interesting. Directly south. I'm looking at that. Well, that's worth a look. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the stuff and things. Okay, what's this? This is where Iowa Kirikami is. There actually is a place called Kirikami. Nice. That's actually great. They're actually... Yo! Another shiny! Almost missed it, but we got it. It seems that the Timber likes your display. Get the ball. I'm not spoon-fed, Ash. I'm not spoon-fed. That you cannot get shiny is a skill issue. Dandori issue. He's literally called Kirikami. That's great. That's absolutely top tier. You can't ban me. Yes, you can't ban Ash. Ash is the head mod. She holds supreme power. I prefer the lousy 3 for the term. Not the disloyal 3. I just prefer lousy. Who pinged me? Oh. Yeah, that's the same thing that, he sent me. Alright, so that's 2 down. 2 shinies. Can we get the third one on this sandwich? If we get this one, I don't know actually what we're going to shift over to. I guess I should go to Minfu. Minfu, Minxiao. Alright, go to some more Gen 5 Absolute Legend hunts. Yeah, wow, there's actually a lot of spawns. That's a really good area to hunt for it. Yeah. Freaking heck. Yeah, this is the best part about the DLC area having, like, a much smaller Pokedex, is that with less Pokemon, there's less spawn interference. So I'm actually very happy for that. It is going to make it not easier to get the living Shinex, but it's going to make it less spawn interference. It also means less needing to want to resort to Masuda methods for some of the hunts. And I'm very much okay with that. I don't dislike Masuda hunts. I just prefer to not do them, if possible. The Thieving 3 is a god. Thieving 3, now that's a good one. That is a good one. I think you might have stolen the lead with that name. And my bad puns continue to be bad puns. Because remember, the point of puns is not to make people laugh. The point of puns is to get audience to groan. You measure the success in the groans from the audience, not the laughter. Attention deficit grubbin. Honestly, Mudkip, that is literally me. That is exactly me. We only need to shiny hunt 2 more grubbin. We've already gotten shiny Vikavolt, which actually was our first ever shiny hunt we did on the channel. So we only need 2 more. And that first grubbin was a 0 speed grubbin. That was fun. So that's a 0 speed IV Vikavolt. Evolved back in Alola. Which reminds me, I'm going to need to go get as many Alola ribbons as I can on that thing before I end up transferring it up. So I'll have to get the Alola champion on that shiny Vikavolt would be top tier. Would be absolutely top tier. I am doing egg for Alola 9. Nice. Oh, scrap again. Scraps. Two shiny today. Oh, boy. Oh, not 2 shiny shanks. You're trying to keep coming. Oh. Really none of them are, like, any of my favorites so far. Because I don't really have a favorite shiny overall. Yeah, it's... When it comes to me and shinies, my outlook on them is actually profoundly different to most people. Like, I don't really have a favorite shiny Pokemon. Where is our last shiny Timber, though? Where is our last one? I would ideally like to finish working on this living shiny dex as soon as humanly possible. And then at some point we can start hunting Legends Arceus. At some point we start shiny hunting Arceus. Robin! That Spinarak gif is great. That Spinarak gif is chef's kiss. You know, you pretty much could just, like, have Spinarak just, like, clamp onto your arms and just literally be Spider-Man. At some point, that's something you could do. Pikachu one's eh. That one's meh. Because he's just a Pikachu mask on, like, a me. Spinarak, man. Exactly. Exactly, Mudkip. You understand. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll figure out... Well, then we do have a Noctowl outbreak. Which we could use that to finish off the Noctowl family. Because we already do have a shiny Hoot. So So if we do that, we could potentially finish off the Hoot Hoot family. We should hunt Grubbin. I don't even know where Grubbin is. Mudkip, the map that I use to help locate spots to shiny hunt is not updated yet. It doesn't have the locations. I use Cerebee's map, and Cerebee doesn't have the locations yet. That is a Grubbin issue. That is exactly a Grubbin issue. Some random guy. Great, depending on how good they are. That does not sound fun. That sounds like torture. That sounds like something that a person who came up with that should be tried in court-martial for that. And have their kneecaps broken. Because that's not something that you should do to kids. They should not have to go to school, because school sucks. School was a mistake. Alright, so if I have to go on to another sandwich and then we get the shiny immediately, I'm gonna be super mad. I know it's gonna be the case. It's gonna be what happens. And then we can just go hunt for Mienfoo. Because I do need Mienfoo and Mienshao. You know, I have neither of those. I did not get either of them in, well, I didn't get Mienshao in Dynamax Adventures. So, I'm gonna need to go get that in this, as well as getting a Mienfoo. That is the play. That is the goal. Arbgolova. I mean, what's school to learn? It was only great depending on they are. They're just currently learning that. Yes. But also there's a number of things that we learn in school that are completely useless. You know, you could realistically cut out significant portions of stuff people are taught in school, and nothing would be lost. There is that. Hello there, Myler. How are you doing? Welcome in. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. We're going to have, I think, yeah, it's a Pikmin 4 episode is going to go up later tonight in about 4 hours. So you're going to want to tune in for that Pikmin episode. It's going to be great. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow we go back to Metroid Dread. Then after that is Kirby. And I also do need to record the top 5 plays of the week for both EVLCs week 2 and week 3. So I'm going to need to go working on that. Also after stream. Busy, busy day. Very, very busy day. I'm doing very well. Okay, why don't they just how to do attack? Get rid of attacks for school. Don't be like Yoshi, Mudkip. I know about the hidden cave, Omar. I know about the hidden cave. I am aware of a number. There we go! We don't need another sandwich! Yes! Timber family finished! And I am very happy at that. Alright, Noctowl is what we'll go hunt for next, or Mienfoo. There we go. I'm not spoon-fed, Kayla. I almost, by force of habit alone, said Ash. But I am not spoon-fed, Kayla. think that's the one that was inspired by Guess What It Is. Exactly. I am very much aware of that, Jared. I am entirely and exclusively aware of that. I'm gonna stop advertising crimes. There we go. And that's the catch. Always fun. Always fun. Why is music? Timbers out of the party. There we go. We haven't finished. Alright, in that case, now I gotta go find what Minfu is. Well, I can go check. There we go. Kitakami. So where is Minfu? Minfu. Oh, I haven't gotten a poltergeist yet. I'm gonna go get that. We go and get Munchlax, Grubbin, Gliscor, Minfu, Habitat. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We can vibe with that. We can vibe. Wow, there's really not too many, like, fly spots around here. Yeah, I will need to go find, like, the rest of them, but I don't think there's too many fly spots. So we'll just burn through the rest of the sandwich. And then we'll get over that. Wait. Actually, wait. It probably was actually faster to go a different way. Yep. Totally was. Totally would be faster just to go this way. Just faster to go this way. Yeah, the Grubbin is good bean. Grubbin is a very good bean. Kitakami Hall. Let's go. So apparently there's like a shiny Munchlax or something you can get from doing Ogre Ousting. Apparently. I get the Minfu. What does shiny Minfu look like? Okay, that sticks out. Alright. That is a very obvious shiny. That will not be hard to spot. Alright, man, it's not spoon fat. Timber log. So what you're saying is that shiny goes into my log of shinies. Wait, what the freak? Oh. Hoon Fairy. Interesting. That was a find. Yeah, there definitely has got to be some flying spots that I've not discovered yet. There's no way they expect you to always, like, climb everywhere. Chilling Waterhead. This is where I wanted to go. This is the Minfu spot. There we go. Chilling Waterhead. Now, we are just looking for Minfu shiny. Yeah, not a very intuitive place, like, to look for things normally. But we'll figure it out. Yumi! Yumi! Goomy, goomy. Goomy, goomy in the rain. Yes, we got 3 shinies so far. 3 shiny Timber. When this sandwich runs out, we're going to go look for shiny Noctowl. They have a Noctowl outbreak. And I would ideally like to get that one finished. Yeah, not a great spot to shiny hunt. Oh, carving. I think I was just do a fair sandwich in here. Oh wait, wow, sandwich actually ended. Alright. Okay, so while I'm here, I'm actually gonna catch this Carbink. Carbink. Here. I can catch you. No, it is Hoot Hoot time, Mudkip. It is time for Knock Tower. Moonblock. Moonblock. This way. Of course, Carbon avoided it. Grubbin. Grubbin will be gotten at a later point, Mudkip. Calm yourself. Grubbin will eventually be located. We will locate Grubbin when the... Why am I even using that? I don't need the shiny. This is... You're not shiny. I don't need this. The dust ball. Use a dust ball on it. There's no point in being fancy. Okay, just go with this one. Oh look, stone miss. You can't hit me. Ha ha ha. You're never gonna go for knocked out. And I know what shiny knocked out looks like. Which Pokemon can give you a peek ahead? Ha, that's funny, Omar. Not. Hello there, King Brazer. How are you doing? Alright, there we go. Carbink. Carboink. Actually, let's see. How many flying types are even in Kitakami? Because I would like to know the number of flying types before I even, like, do anything. Okay, okay, Cram. Is Cramorant a version exclusive? Cramorant's a version exclusive, probably. Ugh. Alright. So I guess then we'll go with a normal sandwich for Noctowl. Alright, no. Is there really no fly point anywhere near here? There has to be fly points. Somewhere. There has to be some sort of, like, fly points. Yeah, okay, Scarlet. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I am going to be getting the DLC for both games anyway. Have I mentioned Grubbin? You have mentioned Grubbin many times, Mudkip. Now, I recommend you relax with the Grubbin. Hey! Grubbin is sleepy. Nice, marked. Fun. I would highly recommend relaxing the amount of Grubbinness. Otherwise, I will not assist you with gold dynamoing people. I don't need the Conkeldurr anymore. So I can just move these. And then I can just release them at a later date. That requires pounds of solid helium. I do not require solid helium. I do not require solid helium. What I require is Mudkip to stop being smooth brain. It's in the game. There we go. Yes, I am blind, Glorb. We've established this. Being rich in London would suck. You need to carry so many pounds around. Exactly. Yeah, because they don't use the euro anymore, do they? Or do they never use the euro? Can any British viewers verify? Any British? Okay, London's been pounds. Noctowl outbreak. Rubbin. So I'm honestly debating on whether or not to even just use a flying... Well, I'm gonna just go normal sandwich. Alright, let's get knocking out. One. This is going to take some time. But, hopefully it will go by okay. Oh boy, slowdown. There is some slowdown. There we go, now slowdown's gone. Slowdown is eliminated. Turn around in real life, turn around in game mode. Turn around in game mode, yep, no. No. I'm very happy to carry them around. You cannot look up in game. There's no look up button. Tower. Oh, Lorantus. We're gonna need to eventually get Shiny Fomantus. Apricot berry. Oh. Oh yeah, the pinch berries exist. It's gonna be beautiful. Lorantis. It's not an actual bug type. It's a fake bug type. But it is bug type friend nonetheless. It is Buggo friend. And Valiant, attack! The fact that sometimes like this thing does not actually attack stuff. Maybe I need to get Zapdos in the game, so I can use Zapdos to fly and attack stuff. Flying attack dose. Flying attack Zapdos. One, two. There we go. We're making progress. Lepa berries. I do like how they've kind of made needing to collect multiple berries, like, for battle berries, redundant. Because at this point, because they respawn after every battle. You don't need them anymore. Tricking people into thinking they're in the same room as I'm using. I would not. That's not really. You shouldn't do that, Lord. Like, that is not really something you should do. There we go. Another one. Yeah, the big. Ever since like they nerfed the big HP berries, I feel like they've been kind of useless. Those who don't know, the big HP berries are like the Agua berry, which before healed like I think half your health or a third of your HP. But if they didn't like it, they confused, but they healed way too much to be balanced. So they nerfed them. I think it's like this will heal a bit more. David, we've already answered 3 shinies. Oh, look, it's an Ariados. We hunted you yesterday. And we got 3 of your family. We do not need to shiny hunt you again. Oh, nice Carbink got level up. It's Carbink. Why are you offering Carbink Rangers? Carbink. I don't know. Carbink's an interesting Pokemon. Because, like, it's a lot of techie moves, but it's all support setup. It's like Shuckle. I guess like it's a better version of Shuckle in a lot of ways, because it does actually get body press. It's got a better typing than Shuckle. And it at the very least does have like a decent enough attack stat. Like its special attack stat to actually like do something. So we need 10 more KOs. And then we'll be able to shiny hunt Hootie. I saw the DM Mudkip. I have not been able to respond to it yet. Two. Good spot to hunt Grubbin is where I am at. Ignore the Grubbin outbreak. Alright. Well, we only need 2 Grubbin. So, that's good. If we get the shiny Hootie Mudkip, we'll go get the Grubbin. You have my word on that. After the sandwich ends. What do you mean it's just at a bad spot? You mean like the Grubbin outbreak is at a bad spot? Okay, the outbreak's at a bad level. Okay. Now, let's get looking for a shiny Hootie. Again, if we get the shiny Hootie, then we will switch over to shiny hunting the Grubbin Mudkip. I am a man of my word when it comes to that. Get more damage on that. So, tomato, onion, green bell pepper. And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more absolute nonsense. Thank you all, you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful viewers. You are the people that make all this stuff possible. Tomato. Tomato. Onion. 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 Green bell pepper. Green bell pepper. Green bell pepper. And now, the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Bricks. Mr. Clean Magic Brick Eraser. That should still work. 3. 1 serving of pepper, but it's 3 individual slices of it. I don't know if this will fully work. I hope it does. But now we just reset. It should still work, hopefully. Hopefully, maybe, potentially, but not likely. Yep, we got it. So we can afford to miss 1 brick of tofu. Good. Oh, wow. Oh, right, the EXP charm, that's why. Oh, right, we also getting spawn interference from frickin' Squovit. Or not Squovit, Greedent. I mean, again, if it goes phases, it just phases. If it phases, it's a giveaway shiny. Which isn't terrible, because again, it's a giveaway shiny for the shiny giveaway. Ooh. You know, there's really not that many peppers. Hey, and with that, we have hit another like goal. Can we increase our like goal even further? Can we increase it even higher than that? Hello, Andrew Lewis. How are you doing? Can we get the like goal up to 45? And if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and, you know, share the stream out to your friends. Meta, what were they? Meta was on the other... Huh? I'm not understanding what you're saying, David. I am glad that Hoot Hoot and Noctowl are not exclusive to nighttime. That would suck if that was the case. I mean, ideally a flying sandwich would be best, but... Again, giveaway if we get another shiny Greedent. And I mean, also another opportunity for a 0 IV one for speed. So there's that. It's not terrible. Nice, Andrew. Very nice. I also completed the DLC story. I have not finished the decks yet, but I will be finishing the decks at some point soon, hopefully. I would very much like to get the new charm, because it is kind of insane for competitive prep. You know, they actually, like, really did very good with this charm. They heard our complaints about how annoying Terror Shard grinding was. David, we already said 3 shiny timber. Is Rosie here, and if so, did they change their name? Yes, Rosie is Sprigatito Roost. Yes, Rosie is Sprigatito Roost. Hey, Rosie. Remember, don't spam caps, Rosie. Do not spam caps. You're welcome, Roost. I didn't miss a shiny. No shinies yet. Yet. Trademark yet. You are welcome, Roost. You are very welcome. Out of curiosity, any thoughts on the ongoing situation with Unity? I have no idea what that even means, Jared. You're gonna need to explain for my smooth brain. It's like, I literally do not know what you are talking about. So you're gonna need to context. Yeah, I'm mad on this one. I mean, I'm frequently oblivious, so there is that. I'm generally oblivious to most things. I refuse to elaborate on why I was here just to have fun overthinking the reason. Oh, I know why you're here, Ruth. You're here just to cause chaos and mayhem. It's your entire reason for existing. If you have any grander designs beyond that, I doubt that's really you then, because you exist just for chaos. I'll send you context after stream. I don't know. It sounds a little sus to me. But very well. Unity game engine. They made a lot, and oopsie, introducing a new game policy for game devs. Their game engines, they'll be charged per download for the game. They meet a certain threshold. So what games did, like, the Unity game engine do? Oopsie, introducing a new policy for game devs. So basically, it's like, if a game gets successful enough, they should receive money for how successful the game is. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, because, like, they did develop a game engine that people, unless it's, like, was designed to be, like, open source, free-to-use game engine. Because I feel like that does kind of make sense. Yo! Noctowl shiny! Let's go! Justice for a Hootie! Let's get the hoodie. Please tell me you don't have insomnia, otherwise it'll be a pain to actually try and catch. You have insomnia, of course. And wow, you just immediately used... Wow, jerk. You jerk. Get the ball. No, that's a joke with some of the other friends. We don't call it that. It's specifically a joke from another channel. My understanding is that would be the top. It is on top of pre-existing licensing fees and would negatively impact a lot of indie developers. It's been okay. That makes sense then. Okay. Yeah, that's really dumb. If that's really stupid. So I take it people are no longer using it, or people are going. Are there other game development softwares that people can use? Nah, Howler, you'll go there. Yep. That is 4 shinies today. 4 shinies so far. We're gonna save the game. Alright, where are we gonna go next? So yeah, Mudkip, after this, we are gonna go and start looking for, we're gonna go look for, whatever, the thing. Grubbin, when this sandwich ends. Yeah. No reason to waste a perfectly good sandwich when we can shiny hunt for, Sentret around here. Starly. Actually, speaking of no need to waste perfectly good stuff and things, there is no need for us to waste perfectly good Masuda hatching time right now. This is the reason I specifically opted to use a normal sandwich. So that way, if time came, I could just switch over to using this for hunting a Sentret. When one of Unity's own staff in the forum, re-downloads count and their statement about working with developers who are victims of piracy are concerningly vague. We got like 3 minutes, a lot planned today. Nickelback, nice. Nickelback is I enjoy Nickelback. Yes, we know we can claim rewards. I claim them when I finish the Dex game. We're going to go back to sleep. What shiny is it? God, it's a great number. Shiny knocked out. We literally just got the shiny knocked out. I'll give it a watch, Jared. Though, I also cannot guarantee how long we are going to be live for after we finish this sandwich. But again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the stream if you haven't done so already. You wonderful, wonderful viewers are the ones that make all this go down. Hope you have a good night. Have a good night. Yeah, I wish there was a way to not have that whole thing pop up. But, again, we're not running an outbreak right now. Not a funny number of KO. The thing, I don't find the numbers funny. I find those numbers stupid. Because they're just a number. The entire reason the numbers are funny is because, oh, we say these numbers are funny when they're not actually funny. It's like, the comedy value of the number is only because people say there's comedy value to the number. There's no inherent comedy value of the number. It's like Bidoof. Bidoof on its own is not funny. It's only funny because people say Bidoof is a meme. Laugh at it. A lot of indie devs like Inner Sloth, the devs of Among Us, have already released statements opposing their policy, and the devs of Call the Lamb have already announced plans to delete. I have no idea what any of that is, like, for Cult of the Lamb. So what, like, they're gonna just stop the game, then? Like, I don't understand what, like, any of that means, Jared. You need to break it down into smaller English words for my tiny little smooth brain to understand. The buzz online marketplace before new policy takes place January of the next year. So they've got, like, what? Okay, they got about 2.5 months to figure stuff out. That doesn't look too good for them. That could be vaguely problematic. Not vaguely, it could be very problematic. Okay, there's entered here. Oh no, there's the stupid bird. There's the stupid bird. So again, this is one of the things about games that I don't know. 3.5. 3.5? Right, October, November, December, right. I'm stupid. I knew she was going to time me out. I'm back. You're not timed out. Game from online marketplace before it takes a place. Yes. Yeah, my brain is a potato, Jared. You have to remember, my brain is a potato. Pichu! Pichu is happy. Happy little Pichu. But yeah, see, Jared, you have to remember, I don't play indie games. So when you say some titles of things, it's like, I literally have no idea what any of these mean. Like, I'm familiar with Among Us. But that's because, like, it's Among Us. So you are gonna need to contact. And yes, it seems that, yes, that's one of the few good things about the day-night cycle of exclusivity for certain Pokemon, is that it means I can eliminate the Starly family from being able to be encountered. That's actually ideal. So that's where it ends. You still need to play Hades. Maybe at some point. Might get. A number of big name titles also run on Unity, I believe. I have no idea what Starfield is. Again, Jared, if it's not like Pokemon or like AAA Nintendo, I probably don't know what it is. And even then, I've never played a Mario game, so it's like even then, it's still swing and a miss. You know, you're talking to someone who really does not play a whole lot of video games outside of like the specific subset I play. Hang on, let me look for. See, that's what you gotta go for. You gotta go for Nintendo. And even the Navy, I don't know them. Sprig. It's the Pokemon that's a pain in the grass. Yeah. So, I was doing my Mewtwo Terra Raid earlier today, which is randos online, and someone brought in a freaking Meowscarada against Mewtwo. No, we're just hunting for the Sprigatito because we need it for the living shiny dex, Rosie. We're not simps, unlike Sly. Meowscarada. Say we're hunting for all the other two starters. Where's your BS2? Really? BS2's not on Unity? Again, I don't know video games, like, pretty much other than Pokemon. I'm very, very limited. Subnautica is on Unity too. So wait, when you say plans to delete, does that mean, like, the people who own those games were like, okay, this game shut down? Well, I didn't know if you were being a dummy like Sly on Jimmy. I'm not calling you a dummy. I know you're calling Sly a dummy. However, I'm not a simp. Sly's not just a dummy, he's a simp, is what he is. You have Shiny Kumo. I do not have Shiny Kumo yet. We will eventually work on Shiny hunting that. Well, I mean, that just means bootleg copies of it are going to find their way online. He is indeed very much a simping dummy. Sly Man simp guy. Sly is also a boomer. He is very much also a boomer. Just remember, Sly spends more time with the grass cat than his wife. And he makes his wife at times collect the eggs for him. Just remember that. Yeah. I love how Sly and Midnight are, like, already completely tired of the Sprigatito shiny hunt. When Sly doesn't even hunt for Sprigatito every day. And it's been only going for, like, maybe 3 months. You know, smash cut to my shiny Ho-Oh hunt. That went on for pretty much every other day I was shiny hunting Ho-Oh in that. And it was going on for half a year. But for a year and a half. So it's like, when Sly gets to 12 months of hunting Sprigatito, then he will have something to be annoyed about. But until then, the boomer will learn to suck up his simping for the grass cat. Yeah, party copies would count as new installs. Unity's conversation, vague wording, devs who are victims of piracy, cause for concern. Maybe what they're... Honestly, that sounds almost like they're hoping people will take the game off the market, and then there'll be a massive upspike in pirated copies of it. So they can like, oh, there's more downloaded copies of it, you owe us more money. That should not be legal. That sounds extremely like it should not be allowed to happen. But again, I don't really know how game licensing legal fees work. Which is one of the reasons why I am exclusively involved with the consumption side of video gaming. The programming side is like, okay, I'm not going to get in that legal can of worms. Because it's like, that's a whole nightmare factory right there. BDSP is programmed with Unity. Interesting. Fascinating. So Unity is something that even like AAA studios will actually program with. Interesting. Yeah, it's like the fact is like, oh yeah, we're gonna try and get more. It's like that doesn't work. It's not gonna work well. That's not really going to work well long term for them. Because I feel like all this is gonna do going forward is get people like to boycott Unity. Is there any other comparable game engine that could be like substituted or used in place of Unity? Or no? I mean, or someone else is gonna come up with a game engine for themselves. It's like, oh yeah, this is you can use this instead of Unity. Honestly, that's like the smartest thing for someone to do is if someone knows how to build a game engine, they can just make one for people to use. I think I don't know what goes into making a game engine. There's that. I believe Godot is a name people have been throwing around for an up-and-coming game engine. Yeah, because, like, it... The phrase is, you know, when there's a gold rush, the person who makes the money isn't the one who's digging for gold, it's the person who sells the shovels. So it's like, this is the perfect time where if someone can, like, get a game engine comparable to Unity out there, that is like, it works like Unity, but it's like, oh, we're not being dickheads about, like, legal stuff for it, and everyone will jump on it. And they can just make an absolute free-for-all. You know, it's like, the thing that I've said is that when everyone wants to be a content creator, the best way to get rich is be a graphic designer or an editor. Because, like, if everyone wants to be a content creator, they want, you know, PFPs, they want thumbnails, they want, you know, art assets. You can go and you can design those art assets, you can design, you know, assets for, like, well, like 10 different people, and then you've already raked in and trapped in the money. Yeah, there's a new policy, a short-sighted effort to bring in revenue to revenue stock value started to dip back down post-pandemic. Ah, so basically, they're seeing people are not, they're not raking in the money, and they want to get more money back quickly. That honestly, that was something that, like, yeah, that makes sense. It's, like, incredibly short-sighted. If that is the case, they're probably like, okay, we have to stop doing this because it's gonna tank us going forward. Hello there, Rocky, how are you doing? Hope you are doing very, very, very well. But also, Mudkip, tomorrow we're probably going to be having to hunt the grubbin. Because right now, I'm starting to get a slight little bit of a headache-ish. But we will be able to play more Splatoon later. So, if you would like to play the Splatooning, and you can gold Dynamo Fools, I would be open to that possibility. Hello there, Warrior Easy, Muhammad the Great Warrior for King Easy. Welcome in. That is a name right there. That is quite a name. I'm doing okay, Rocky. I'm doing pretty well. We're just hatching some eggs while we are looking for shiny Sentret. We've got 4 shinies already today, the entire Timber family, and then a Noctowl. So right now we're just finishing burning our normal type encounter power sandwich, while hatching some Masuda eggs, and just seeing if we can get anything, and then we're probably going to be ending off after that and going to go on a raid. It's going to be fun. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe for more, because you guys are the wonderful people that make all of this stuff possible. I'm glad you're doing well, Rocky, though. Glad you're doing very, 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 very well. Right, wrong button. Picnic. But also, Jared, that would not be theorized, that would be hypothesized. You keep using that word. I don't think you know what that word means. Nice, Rosie's been timed. Yeah, Rosie's been timed out a few times. Rosie's been timed out more than a couple of times. Roos timed you out. Remember, Rosie, don't lie. Lying is not good. Lying is not a bannable offense, but you still shouldn't lie. Like when you say you're not a gremlin. You are a gremlin. You were timed out by Roost. You even said when you came back, I was timed out by Roost. So you were timed out by Roost today. Do not lie, Rosie. Do not lie. I saw Roost. See? See? Do not lie, Rosie. We mods see all. We mods know all. And now for lying, Rosie. Mudkip, you are allowed to ban. Was lying about being timed out is a bannable offense, especially. Exactly, Rosie. Exactly. Yeah, Splatoon reference. Rocky Ruff. Mudkip's a big fan of the Golden Dynamo roller, which is a comedically excessive roller. Mudkip enjoys using the Dynamo to just destroy people in Splatoon. So we need 10 clouds to get dynamo. He is destroying them with the dynamo roller. Sprigatito. Grass cat. You are a pain in the grass. Sprigatito, you are very much a pain in the grass. Now I'm gonna click the capture button. What is it? Quack. I feel like I'm watching Sly. Well, we're shiny hunting both of the starters. We still need both Quaxley and Sprigatito. So we're just hunting both simultaneously. But unlike the Boomer, we're not hunting for female Sprigatito. We're just hunting for the entire Sprigatito family shiny. We've gotten one so far, we just need 2 more. We've gotten 2 shiny Quaxley, so we just need 1 more Quaxley, so we need 3 in total. Yeah, of all the Pokemon that were newly added in Paldea that can be shiny hunted, I believe we only have 5 remaining. Of course, the 5 of the 3 of which are the starters we just went over, but then it is the Mousehold family. Which, we're going to be doing a shiny race for the Mousehold family with someone. You've already gotten Spinarak. We don't need to go hunt it again, Jade. We do not need to hunt it again. We do not need a shiny hunt for it. The only time we are ever going to be doing a shiny hunt like that is when I shiny hunt for female Milotic. That is the closest it will get. Maybe shiny female Togekiss. Maybe. But even then, that is a maybe. And that's because I just like Togekiss. And because all of the Togekiss I have ever used competitively have for some reason been female. So it's like, you know what? I'll get the one that I use competitively for my shiny will also be female. But that one is also one I will likely do off-stream. And after we have, like, mostly finished the living shiny decks. So, like, that's the plan for that one is. Because again, unlike the Boomer, I actually think ahead. No, Mudkip, it is because it is a tradition. All of the Togekiss I have ever used competitively, they have been female Togekiss. I do not know why, because that's how it's always worked out. Like, the first one I have found has always been female. In that game. Like, the first one that I got in Sword and Shield was actually a female one, and that was the one I used, like, for my entirety of Sword and Shield. So it is specifically to pay tribute to the legions of Togekiss that have helped carry me through various battles. Unlike Fly, who just sims for the cat. Because the Eggbird just wants to hug. The Eggbird just wants to give you a hug. Now, its hug will crush your bones, but it just wants to give you a hug. Also, yeah, there is the Kayla mascot. Yeah, that's gonna be the case. We're gonna be doing that. And we're gonna get those Shinos. Sus Jade. Maybe shiny hunt. We will eventually be doing that. I'm gonna force it. That is not a good thing to do. Isn't that Beware? Well, yes. But Beware is not Eggbird. Beware is a bear. Mudkip, something a simp would say is hunting for it live on stream. AKA, what Sly Guy is doing. Also amusingly, in all Pokemon media that Togekiss has ever appeared in officially, they have all been female Togekiss in the Togepi family. There has never been a male member of the Togepi family ever in media. And I find that funny. It is the only 7-to-1 male-female gender ratio Pokemon to have that happen. Rosie, you're still lying about not getting timed out. Still lying, for shame. For shame. I know, I can't have things. Why did I not finish that quote? A simp would say, exactly, Blorb. That is exactly what a simp would say. Rosie, you're typoing. Skill issue. Your typo skill issues continue to infect the chat. Don't be salty. Just be better. But that is going to be all for today, everyone. You wonderful, wonderful. So let's go on a raid. Do not forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and let's go find something to go raid. Got a few people picked out. Got a few potentials. But that is all for today. Also, I just realized there's no Gimme Ghoul anywhere in Kitakami, which I honestly am very much okay with, because what it means is you don't have those stupid, oh, you can't set up a picnic here because there's a Pokemon. It's like, no, you don't have to deal with that shenanigans. Oh. Apples. Okay. Interesting. I will... So this is a viable spot for hunting the apple Durgaron. Noted for the future. Noted for the future. Wonderful so. Let's go on a raid. Let's go find someone to raid. I watched the games on the keyboard. On the not sure. Ooh, there we go. Raid. This is not a dog. Hey, good. Shining Blue actually, correct the name. Let's see. But I only typed one word in this stream. Typoed one word in this stream, so be happy. Is still typo. A typo is still a typo. Which is a skill issue. That's the thing, is that's still a skill issue. That's still skill issue. Very much a skill issue. Started through Violet, really my curiosity of who would be Arvin's English V in the anime. I feel like Roger. No idea who that is. But we are going to go raid 18-Wheeler Gamer, who is presently doing some raids and playthrough of the story of the Teal Mask. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Wonderful.